Today on Prof's Huddle, the women and men's basketball teams faced rival Kane University in an exciting NJAC matchup.
And the Rowan ice hockey team competed at the Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Tournament. All that and more coming at you. Now let's get ready to huddle.
Header towards the net, it's in! Leary throws it down.
Welcome to Prof's Huddle, your weekly home for all things Rowan sports. I'm John Norris.
And I'm Jordan Arard Coupe. Earlier this month, the Rowan's men's ice hockey battled at the Penn State Ice Lions to advance to the finals of the MAC tournament, and what a battle it was. Ryan Long gave the Penn State Ice Lions an early lead to start off this game, and here we see Mac Winkman scoring to diminish the Brown and Gold's chance of beating Penn State Ice Lions for the first time. And here we have Antella Rose fighting back for the Brown and Gold. And now with 2 seconds left in regulation, defenseman Sam Ahern will tie the game, sending this to OT.
Here by the broadcast booth.
And end the game.
We got a
Rainey
over the
scores
middle.
off a missed shot by Penrod, and the bench goes wild, sending the Profs to the championship of the MAC tournament.
Boss, speaking of rebounds, gets the offensive board and hands it off to Corey.
Eliana Sampson, a beautiful pass. Oh my goodness, the Profs secure their spot number 1 in the NJAC.
Rowan women's basketball took on Kane University in Esby last Wednesday night for their final regular season game of the season to decide who will be the number 1 seed in each conference. The story of this game was the Profs' defense. Here you can see Eliana Santana got it started early with this steal off a Kane inbound pass as she takes it all the way home. Next, it was Nicole Mallard's turn to get in on the action as we see one of her 8 steals followed up with a perfect dish to team captain Alexis Criley, who converts for the Profs. Mallard was on fire all day as we see the freshman knock down this straightaway 3 late in the first half. 34 seconds to go in the first half, we see Kennedy Brown come up with the steal and quick outlet pass to Eliana Santana, who finds Nicole Mallard inside for the easy 2. Mallard was not done as she would essentially put this game on ice, extending Rowan's lead to 14 points early in the fourth quarter as the swarming Profs D held on the rest of the game for a 73-52 Rowan W. Following the game, we caught up with Rowan head coach Demetrius Poles, who removed any doubts about his confidence in his team moving forward in regards to their age and experience.
The first day they came in, I stripped all the labels, all the freshmen, all the sophomores. I told them, actually the freshmen who we have and everybody, they played in the last year, they've played more AAU games, more high school games, more regular season games than the college kids did. So they were already playing. So I stripped that of them and told them just about basketball. And you gotta, it doesn't matter how old you are, you gotta win that 40 minutes.
Kane University visited Esby Gym here at Rowan on the 19th for the men's basketball NJAC regular season finale. And what a game it was for the Profs. Let's check out the highlights. This game was exceptionally great for senior Austin Carney, who, as you can see here, drilling this 3. The Brown and Gold took the early lead here, and Deontay Baugh will rub that in a little more with this dunk. Oh, but the action is just getting started. Now we'll head over to Damian Smith, handing it off to Matt Green, who will end up assisting Carney for a layup. Teamwork you could not have practiced any better. And if you thought that was beautiful, watch Green set Deontay Baugh up for another dunk, stretching this 20-point lead even further. And while this shot by Brian Thatcher was not as pretty as he would have liked, Carney was there for the rebound and another 2 points. He would finish off this game with a season-high 22 points and 10 rebounds, and the Profs took home an 87-78 win and a 6th seed spot in the NJAC Championship Tournament. The Rowan D2 ice hockey team punched their way to the Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Finals last week, thanks to a last-second goal by Sam Aherd. Our Sean Kelly sits down with the defenseman to discuss how it all went down.
Welcome back to PROF'S Huddle. We're here to analyze some film with Rowan University ice soccer player Sam Aherd. Sam, how you doing today, man?
Good, how about you?
Good. Thanks so much for coming in. You had a pivotal moment and a big win for the Profs last weekend against Penn State with the final buzzer beater second goal to force the overtime, which the team actually eventually won. And today we're going to look at that iconic play, break it down, and see how everything went in there. Are you ready, man?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look. We're going to start here. This was last weekend. 11 seconds left. Take us through this moment.
Right there, kind of see Chris get pinched off, and then I was just kind of like, just get the puck up, and I'm going to try to throw it towards the goal.
And yeah, there you guys are celebrating. It's so excited. Here we are again. Chris, how'd you feel right there when you had that open look?
I was just kind of like, I heard everyone counting from the bench, and I just was trying to get rid of it as fast as I could and throw it towards the net.
Did you think that was the golden moment, kind of when Bobby comes in right here, and then Chris Conlon pushes the next up against the board? Did you know that was the moment?
It was more of just a moment of panic at the time, but once it went in, it just felt amazing. I remember losing track of where the puck went, and then I saw it drop in the goal, and everyone went crazy.
Wow, and right here, great moment. What was this moment like when you are just right there, the arms are up, you see it go in, that moment right there, Penn State's down on the ice, man. How did that feel?
I just felt amazing. We've been trying to beat them for years now, and I remember just seeing it drop in the net, and Ryan Conlon was standing like right about there, and we just like saw each other, and we're just like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, and wow, and it's amazing. But embraces are always so good in hockey, but how did that embrace feel? You're always talking to the guys when you score, but how did that specific embrace feel for you?
That felt amazing. It felt like definitely the best goal I've ever been a part of. It felt amazing. And
everything kind of clicked into place. Taking it back after the fact, how did it feel kind of when you're like, wow, those two things clicked into place? Bobby Penrod, one guy against the board, Chris Conlon, next guy against the board, and it's kind of right there. So how did you feel after that play knowing that it forced the OT?
It just kind of felt like it was like meant to happen, like the way it all played out, and then everyone just started playing like way harder and just like they really wanted it to happen, and everything just came together perfectly.
Wow, yeah, and it was a sensational play, legendary moment in Rowan ice hockey history, and so glad you were able to be a part of it there. Sam, thank you so much for joining me today for some film review, and good luck next week at Regionals.
Thanks.
We got to take a look at how men's basketball battled Ramapo College on Saturday. Let's swing it to Jacob Uskolowski for all of the action over the weekend.
Thanks, John. Over the weekend, I traveled with the men's basketball team who faced off against the Ramapo Roadrunners in their house in a thrilling first round of the NJAC playoffs. What a matchup this was. Rowan was hungry for this win as they led the majority of the game by 10. In the very first three plays, we had 3 balls from our top 3 scorers of the game. Austin Carney, Malik Sanders, and Jerry Price were getting the job done on a much-needed performance against Ramapo. Topping off tonight was Austin Carney shooting a perfect field goal percentage while connecting 3 for 3 from downtown. Carney was an all-around beast from the floor, scoring 24 points while also grabbing 8 rebounds. Rowan dominates with a score of 94-80 in Mahwah, New Jersey. After the game, I had a brief interview with head coach Joe Crispin. This is what he had to say about the performance moving forward. Coach, congratulations on a huge win over Ramapo.
Thank you. It was a fun one.
Having the loss to Ramapo twice this season, previous times, how did you and your team prepare for this playoff match differently?
Well, I think number one, we were playing better in general. We've been healthy for 3-4 weeks, and guys have figured it out. Number two, when you lose, you often learn more.
Coach, your thoughts on players this game, specifically Malik Sanders?
The biggest thing about Malik is he was on the attack. He was aggressive right from the beginning. He started off not so hot, but he kept attacking, kept being aggressive, and then once the shots start falling from Malik, he keeps going for it. And by the end of the game, they were cutting the lead to probably 8 or 9, and he came out in a transition 3, and when that happens, you're the aggressor. You got a great chance of winning the game. I thought we could have done a little better job defensively in the second half, but give Ramapo credit, they made some adjustments and were on the attack.
Coming off this season, how do you plan to keep building the program to become a powerhouse in the division?
Well, naturally, we're losing some 6 seniors who are good players, so we're going to need to regroup and bring in some more good players. I think the thing we've done over the last couple of years is just being really clear about our identity, that we want to play fast, we want to be on the attack, so that when we're bringing new guys in, they're ready to be who we say we are.
The Profs are preparing to face the number 2 seeded Stockton Ospreys next in the NJAC playoffs. From PROF'S Huddle, I'm Jacob Uskalowski.
Thanks, Jacob. Looking ahead in the world of Rowan sports, men's basketball tips off at 7 o'clock tonight at Stockton as the Profs take on the Ospreys. The women's team hosts Montclair State in the NJAC Final Friday, February 28th at 7 o'clock to finish out their postseason. And this Saturday, February 29th, the men's ice hockey team battles Ohio State at 5 o'clock at Luke's Ice Arena in Lawrenceville in an ACHA regional first-round matchup.
Thank you for tuning in to our very first episode of PROF'S Huddle. I'm Jordan Coupe.
And I'm John Norris. We will see you next week when we get back in the huddle.